Hello again. Well, can you believe it's almost 12 months to the exact day when I bought this thing? And I've done about 1,500 miles on it, so I thought it'd be a really good time to give you my opinion of this bike. So I use this bike primarily for commuting to work and back, which is 12 miles there, 12 miles back. So I do nearly 25 miles a day. Half of that is on rural roads, out in the middle of nowhere where I live, and then into Dumfries and around the bypass down the A75. So how does it cope with that? Well, jump on board and I'll show you.
Good morning. You join me on my daily commute to work. So the first part of it is predominantly uphill, which means we do not get into fifth gear for a few minutes as it struggles. So as we are on a national speed limit, I try to get up to national speed limit, but here we are flat out wide open throttle in fourth, and we're struggling to get to 50. If the wind's blowing in the opposite direction, I'll not change gear until we get over the top of this hill, and I'm slowing down again now. I know it doesn't look like much of a hill on camera this, but it's we do climb up a little bit. We're just reaching the top of the hill now, and the speed's creeping up now, so we're past 50 mile an hour. So we're still flat out, and that's at 58 mile an hour indicated speed. So this is us obviously just dropping into Dumfries now, where it'll get a little bit busier. So this is where you'd think it'd get a little bit tasty, and this was probably, before I bought the monkey, this was the bit that I would have been most nervous about, is whether it can keep up with traffic on a busy road like this. But actually, it doesn't do that bad. What you find is when you're following a car, because it's cutting you a bit of a draft, it gets up to speed quite well. So that's us at, what, 57 mile an hour indicated. And we're keeping up with traffic. Will we get a nod or a wave? Oh, wave, look at that, from a GS rider as well. I've never been more ignored on a motorcycle than this. Not everybody waves back or gives you a nod on this. I think they think you're a teenage yobbo with L plates on the back, or you're delivering pizzas, I don't know. Nothing wrong with teenage yobbos, by the way, or L plates for that matter. We'll just nip in front of this lorry. Yes. It's a bit of a suicidal roundabout this at the best of times, as perfectly demonstrated by Mr. Motorhome Driver. Well, boys and girls, we're coming to the end of my daily commute. On the apprentice over. Whoa. Morning.
The other thing I use this for is for exploring roads like this. This is quite literally 5 minutes from my house, and as you can see, they're all tiny little back roads that aren't very well maintained. There's gravel down the middle, grass down the middle. I have took my big bikes down here, but it's not really, it's not fun. Having something small and light like this is a far better way of getting about and exploring these things. And it's more fun because you can sort of not ride it flat out, but you can have some good fun. Like if I took the GS up this road flying along, I'm going to end up in trouble pretty soon, especially if I come round a corner and there's a tractor. But this is just ideal. And actually I've seen far more places locally to me on this than I have in the GS in the past 10 years. So what have I done to it? Well, I'll show you. The first thing to go was the ugly rear mudguard, fender, whatever you want to call it, and I put on a J-Tech tail tidy. And it's really neat, really simple to fit, and it's well made. Plug in and play, so it's not difficult to install. What else did I do? I fitted a small Givey tank bag with the tank lock system. Again, really simple. The most difficult thing to find out about that was the correct tank ring to fit to it. But I've done a whole video on that, which I'll put a link in and you can see. But it's really simple to fit, so you don't have to be rocket scientist to fit that on. There's more tiny tricks and bits all over it. Again, I don't like it when you go too far, but there's just some subtle. These definitely aren't all-in shock absorbers. I put adjustable brake and clutch levers on it. Primarily was to improve the clutch bite on it, because I don't like the clutch bite on it. I find it's too far away from the bar. And you can adjust it on the cable, but it then leaves the lever floppy. And you can shimmy and you can do all sorts of bits and pieces, but I just wanted a quick fix, to be honest. This has improved it, but it isn't the solution. And then other than that, to be honest, I've not done a great deal. I've put some stupid stickers on it, hopefully without going overboard. I rolled the bars forward just to give me a little bit more reach. Oh, and I've put some mirror extenders on because the mirrors are hopeless. I think I'm going to put an upgraded air filter into it to improve the airflow, and I'm probably going to put one of the K&N cartridge filters in it and keep that airbox, because I quite like the look of it with the airbox on. I know that's quite controversial, a lot of people hate that airbox, but I just think it makes it look part of the bike. I'd love to put an exhaust on it, but this is the 2025 model with the lambda sensors, the 2 lambda sensors, and I don't know of anybody that's managed to do that without having issues with the engine management light coming on. So until someone does a fix for that, I'm not going to put an upgraded exhaust on it yet. I would love to do that, and when that solution comes out, which it will, I'm sure it will, I'll probably do it then. So how's it fared after 12 months? Well, in some areas better than others. So the exhaust, for example, looks like I found it magnet fishing in the Bridgewater Canal. The paint's coming off where my feet clearly rub. I guess that's to be expected, and I should have put something on there, but I'll get it painted up at work, sort that out. There are little patches of rust appearing, which isn't great, but I really want to upgrade those shock absorbers because the suspension's dreadful on it. The next thing to note, which is no fault of its own, but I got a massive stone chip in the swing arm. I think a rock hit up, jumped up and hit the swing arm, took a massive chunk of paint off. I've got the lads at work to mix me up some paint to just touch it in, and when I get the inclination, I'll probably pull the swing arm off and get them to fully repaint it, because it annoys me a little bit. My one and probably only regret is I wish I'd have bought a pre-owned one or a 2024 model to solve that exhaust issue. There's loads of these going online for, sensible money, but ones that have done no miles, and I don't actually understand that. I don't understand why you buy something like this and then don't use it. Maybe it's where you live, maybe you weren't thinking it through when you actually bought the thing. I mean, because I do get it, it's slow and the suspension's crap and, it's tight and you can't carry anything. But then you only have to look at it. You can see all that before you buy it. It's not a race machine. So I don't understand why there's lots of them on the market with no miles, but I wish I'd have bought one of them. That's my only regret. And so with that said, I guess if you had to ask me if I would buy this again, absolutely. I absolutely love this thing. I think it looks fantastic. It rides fantastic. Given everything I've just said, I know I said it's, the suspension's rubbish. It's a little bit cramped. Tyres aren't the best, but I love it. Absolutely love it. I can't recommend it highly enough. Living where I live makes it slightly easier in the fact that I've got all this to explore. We don't really have issues with theft up here, touch wood. So I don't mind leaving it outside the supermarket. I wouldn't leave it for too long, but I can leave it outside work. I'm not frightened of it getting stolen overnight. It's so easy to get in and out of the garage. It's the first bike I go to. I've got rid of the Ducati now, so I've only got two now, and a Honda C90 in the making. But I would jump on this before the GS all day long if I'm nipping out somewhere. Don't get me wrong, if I'm going on a long tour, then obviously I'm going to jump on the GS. But just to quickly jump on this and go anywhere, it's just so easy. You can throw it around the garage. It's so light, you can pick it up, move it around without any great deal of struggle, and I just think it looks amazing. I know I'm biased, but I do. So I guess just to summarise, if you're thinking of buying one of these, and you're fairly sensible in that you can see what it is, just buy it. They're amazing. They look great. They're a topic of conversation wherever you go. People smile around you. You don't get waved quite as much when you're out and about on it by your fellow motorcyclists. But, other than that, I just love it. Stop mucking about and get one bought.